This is the 2024 Lexus NX450h F Sport, and it's the most expensive NX you can currently buy. And today I'm going to test it and see if the F Sport adds some sportiness to this compact luxury crossover. So I last tested this car 2 years ago when it was completely restyled, and I came away with a very positive impression of that car, except it needed to be a little sportier. So now, today, I have the 2024 F Sport version of the 450h Plus plug-in hybrid. And the F Sport includes those adaptive variable suspension system and also front and rear performance dampers. It's also helped along with these 20-inch cool-looking alloy wheels wearing these Bridgestone Alenzas. They're all seasons, they're 235/50s all around. So all 450h Pluses come with a powered tailgate because they have the luxury package. It's the only package you get on this car, which reveals this pretty robust cargo net. You can attach it here and here for security. You also get this carpeted mat, and then under here there is some additional space. You got a first aid kit at the front, some additional storage space there. The battery is in there, and then this is your 110-volt charger. You do lose a little bit of space to the regular 350, the non-plug-in hybrid versions, due to electrical components. Now, in this area, without the seats folded, you get around 22.7 cubic feet. If you put those seats down, you get around 47. Yeah, and as you can see, it holds a good amount of stuff, and it really does hold it in pretty securely. So under the hood, the engine is lifted straight from the RAV4 Prime. It's a 2.5 litre naturally aspirated 4. It's got about 180 horsepower on its own. It's got two electric motors, one here at the front. The rear one provides power exclusively to the rear wheels, and its combined output is 302 horsepower. Toyota does not give us combined torque numbers, but that is good enough for a 0 to 60 time of 5.6 seconds. It's about 0.2 of a second slower than the RAV4 Prime. So the good news is the battery pack has 18.1 kilowatts of capacity, so that will get you 37 miles of EV-only range, which is really good. And then once you run out of that power, it reverts to a regular hybrid. Expect around 36, 37 miles to the gallon on the highway. Charging times, this one has the 6.6 kilowatt onboard charger, so expect a full charge from nothing in around 2.5 hours. So don't forget, this is a compact car, so it is, it's a little tight in the back, but it's not too bad. This seat is where I would normally drive, and I've got okay room, I've got sort of okay headroom, and I've got my own vents down here and some 12-volt power and a couple of lightning USBs. I also get a nice quality armrest. So here we are in the front, and it is quite nice, pretty luxurious. It could be a little bit more luxurious. There's a little bit of trim right here, a little austere, lots of grays and blacks, but solid, really quality materials. Seats are also comfortable, power for both sides, no lumbar for the passenger, which is a shame, but very comfortable overall. So inside you get this really nicely integrated infotainment screen. It's angled towards the driver, which I like. It's quick, it's easy to use. You've got settings, your car, your phone, music, and maps, very easy to use. What I don't like is the climate controls are all on this screen as well. Now the bonus is you do get heated and cooled seats and a heated steering wheel, heated and cool seats on both sides, which is good. But operating this slidey fan control while on the move can be slightly tricky. And then you've got the phone charger, which charges through my phone, which is great. A little bit of space right here, a lightning and a regular USB. Now if you push this, which will also push your phone, you get a little bit of storage space underneath. And the good news is it continues to charge your phone, it doesn't shut it off. Now you got a bunch of drive modes on this car, Eco, and then you've got normal, you just push for normal, and then you've got S and then S Plus. And this also operates custom mode, so when you press it, you can go into settings and you can move the suspension to Eco or normal or however you want it, sport, eco for powertrain, steering, air conditioning, etc. I haven't been using that, I've just been using Sport Plus when I want to have a little bit of fun. This is the head-up display, and I've turned it off because it's slightly annoying in that because the steering wheel controls then translate to the head-up display, so these here are easy to press while driving. Same with these here. It displays all of them on the head-up display. I can't show you that, but it's kind of irritating and there's like a ton of information stuck right ahead of you, so I just turn it off. Two decent cup holders here, and then here you get traction control off and your car going over rocks and streams and into the woods. We have some video of it going off-road later on. It's decently capable. Here's your hold button on your parking brake. Now here you've got some choices here, so you can do EV/HV, so it can hold the charge. You can go EV only until you run out of range. You can go hold the charge, that uses more of the gas engine, drives more like a hybrid. And then auto EV/HV, the system just decides what is best as you're driving along. Inside the center console, which can be opened from both sides, love that feature. It's got a decent amount of room. So ahead of the driver, you've got a digital display on the left. You can see I've got some battery left. It never runs out, never allows itself to run out. And then ahead of you, because we're in Sport S, we get the tachometer across the top there, miles an hour, and then average fuel economy. So I have not been driving this car slow, as you can imagine, and I can't seem to get that down below 30. That was sort of my challenge to myself, and apparently it is impossible. And then you got your fuel gauge on the right hand side. But if you change the mode back to normal, then the display changes and you get the tachometer in there. And this car revs, little engine, little 4-cylinder engine, revs to around 6,000. You also get memory seats. What's annoying is, I don't know why Japanese cars do this. Subaru still does it on some of the Outbacks, this open the gas thing. I always get out of the car and then realize I haven't pressed the button. Why can't it just have a push and it locks when the door locks? And then Lexus introduced this sort of like electronic door handle. So just press it and it opens. But if you pull it in an emergency twice, it'll also open the door. That's exactly what my mother-in-law does because she doesn't understand the technology to push a door. It's not intuitive, but it's kind of cool. So great interior. Quite a decent amount of usable cargo space in the back, but how exactly does it drive? So we're going to do a little bit of on-road. We're going to test the Sport and Sport Plus settings, see if it actually makes a difference. Do the regular 450h Plus plug-in hybrid, and we'll see how it goes. So I'm just going to get off this little bumpy section I'm on right now. We'll stay in normal mode for that. Technically, we should go into the off-road mode. Let's do that. All right, so that turns off actually turns off nothing, but it does show in the dash that a car and a tree and some rocks, so it's ready to go. Remarkably smooth too over this rough little bit of dirt that we're on. All right, but now we're on the real road here and we're going to activate Sport S Plus. All right, let's go. All right. So this thing is pretty quick. I mean, 5.6 seconds to 60. It's not bad for a little compact SUV. So immediately I can feel that the steering has weightened up a little bit, but not a whole lot. I mean, you don't get much of a feel through the steering, but it does go without understeer too. You can feel the electric motor in the back there doing its job to prevent that understeer by providing power to the rear wheels, and it's a little rocket ship. It really is. I'll be honest, most people that I meet at traffic lights don't realize how quick this car is and are easily embarrassed. But anyway, on this particular little back road that we're on, lots of straightaways, lots of turns, we can really test this little car and see how it goes. So hard on the brakes here. Brakes are pretty good for hybrid brakes. They don't have that weird, funky feeling that oftentimes they do. But I do feel that active variable suspension system is now sharpening up firming up those dampers and then floor it. Now the engine, the little 2.5, gets a little bit buzzy at not at higher speeds, but off the line, and when it kicks in abruptly when you're in EV only mode. But I can get beyond it, it's fine. Because this thing is properly quick. Now I was giggling like a school kid when I drove the RAV4 Prime. Again, this isn't quite as quick as that, doesn't really need to be. Probably weighs a little bit more, but I like this one better, just because it's got more luxury. And even in the firmest mode on these dampers, it's very comfortable, but it is also poised and doing a remarkable job on A, rough pavement, and B, swinging at speeds into these turns. It's really planted. Dare I say, it's fun. So, we're only into it by about 2 minutes or so. I can probably say that the F Sport version, if it were me buying one versus the regular one, I would get the F Sport version, just because it is definitely more entertaining on roads like this. Obviously when you're not with your family and your dogs, and otherwise that might be a vomit fest. But with me on my own, this is the little car that could. Now once you put your foot down, you go. Typically cars tend to peter out at higher speeds. This one pulls like a train. Now it is limited, its top speed. I think they're like 125, 122. I don't think you'd want to go that fast in this car anyway, but it's got perfectly acceptable acceleration, and it just keeps on going. Tearing through these turns here, and so far, interestingly, because it is wearing Bridgestones, my least favorite tire. Oh, and that reminds me, it's got a sunroof. And you know my feelings on sunroofs. So two things, Bridgestones and sunroofs. Anyway, these Bridgestones remarkably have not complained yet at the way I'm driving this car. And we're plowing into these turns, and it's pretty good. I feel like a hot hatchback would have some issues trying to keep up with me right now. All I care about is this little car is entertaining. The suspension isn't breaking my back, and it's a hell of a lot of fun. Luckily we're onto some smoother road here, so it should be even better. Plus I got the tires warmed up a bit. Temperature's around 73, so my chances of getting these Bridgestones to squeal is pretty much gone. I think the only complaint I have is the way that the little four-cylinder sounds. It just, it just winds itself up. It is a CVT. That's a little bit annoying. I prefer it when they mate the engine electric motor combo with a transmission, a more regular transmission. But these are CVTs, so that's really my only complaint. But I could certainly live with it. I can also live with the fact that there is absolutely no traffic on this road today, going my way. Now what's going to happen now is I've jinxed myself, and I'm going to come up against somebody pulling a trailer with 2,000 pounds of lead on it. I'll put it back into Sport Plus for now, seeing as there's nobody ahead of me. I can just mitigate some of that body roll that I'm getting. Okay, there it is. A little squeal from the Bridgestones. Yes. All right, check that off. Yeah, there it is again. I wonder if it's because this is a different surface. This is a really new blacktop surface. It might make the tires squeal a little bit more than what we were on previously. Anyway, put it back in normal, and we're gonna get to our little off-road section momentarily. So now we're officially at the off-road bit. We press the button. Yeah, lit up on the dash. Nothing else to do except go. So it's a decently maintained piece of road. It does get quite washboardy later on. We'll see how it goes. So this will get us to the spot where we need to test it out on a little incline. See how it does. Sharp left turn here, a couple of bumps. There we go. Trail of dust behind us. Very nice off-road, I must say. Oh, got a little stream. Be careful here, we've got to go, whoa, through the stream. Whoa. Right. A couple of major league off-road Jeeps there we just bumped into. Also running on EV mode now. It's managed to charge up the battery a little bit while we've been going along. Oh, another little stream to go through. Probably the same one. So if you want to have an adventure in your NX450h Plus, you can do so without damaging the environment. All right, so here we are at the little off-road steep hill, and let's give it a go. Take it slowly. We got a little spoiler thing that sits quite low, but you can probably see. All right, here we go. Spin. But the Lexus figures it out, little NX. A little bit of wheel slip, but I think it did better than some of the other cars, more road-oriented vehicles that we've taken up there. I think it did really well. Now, what we got to do now is turn around. Chances are this is going to be a little easier. Just got to avoid. I'm going to put the view camera on. I got a front view now. Now I feel like the, see how we're teeter-tottering? That back wheel's off the ground. I think we're all right. This camera system's really good, by the way. I think if I got this car, I'd pay the extra 1,000 something for it because it's really good on this little off-road section. A little skiddy a little bit there, but well done, little Lexus. It had a button for off-road, so we took it off-road. What a great little car. So what do we think? Well, this is a great car. It's probably way quicker than most people would ever need. It's got great EV-only range, and it's stupidly economical, even when the electricity runs out, even though there's a little bit left in regular hybrid mode. The one thing you mustn't do, though, is don't forget to plug it in, and you'll save a lot of gas. Once again, thanks for watching. We appreciate it. Like, subscribe, and we'll catch you next time with another video.